Explore the vibrant arts and culture landscape of Michigan, a state with a thriving creative ecosystem that has birthed iconic movements like Motown and the Purple Rose Theater. Home to legendary musicians, writers, and artists, Michigan boasts a rich tapestry of cultural heritage known worldwide. Michigan Creates is a podcast series that will connect listeners with gifted artists and cultural institutions that are nurturing Michigan's vibrant creative landscape. This is Ara Topouzian, host of Michigan Creates. In today's episode of Michigan Creates, I sit down with Kathryn Dimond, Executive Director of the Scarab Club. Kathryn comes to this historic artistic clubhouse with over 15 years of nonprofit leadership experience. We talk about the rich history of the Scarab Club located in downtown Detroit, Michigan, as well as the types of programming, exhibitions, and community participation the club is known for these many years. Join me now as I talk to Kathryn. Kathryn, thanks for agreeing to be a guest on Michigan Creates. I'm really excited to talk to you today to learn more about the Scarab Club. It's a gem in Midtown, Detroit, Michigan, and certainly we're going to learn more about it today. So thanks for being a guest today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
So let's talk about the history of the Scarab Club. Tell our viewers, our listeners, the history.
It has got a remarkable history. The organization began as a club in 1907 in Detroit, and it was made up predominantly, actually exclusively of men, and it was originally called the Hopkin Club, named after a well-known painter in Detroit named Robert Hopkin. He was known for his sort of seascape paintings. You'll see a lot of them around town. They're often up for auction at Du Michel's. You see them a lot. People love to collect Robert Hopkin paintings. And he was kind of pretty famous for an artist in the early 20th century. It was a place where artists and people who loved art and creativity would gather to really talk about art and talk about ideas and talk about share resources, all of those things that you would think take place in a club. Of course, camaraderie, of course, having a couple glasses of wine together and a couple games of dominoes. But that was really the idea of the place early on. It kind of migrated around town. There were many different homes to the Scarab Club in the early years. In several years later, about 1913, Robert Hopkin had passed away. He was the president of the club. The new president, James Swan, decided he would change the name, and he happened to have a collection of ancient scarabs. He was a collector. At the time, all things Egyptology and Egypt were so interesting. So the membership decided to change the name to the Scarab Club to really represent this idea of renewal and rebirth. And so that's how the Scarab Club got its name in I think it was 1913.
So for those of us that don't know what a scarab is, what is a scarab?
A scarab is actually a beetle.
Okay.
It's a beetle, and you'll see them a lot. They're you don't see them around here, of course, but you'll see them there. A scarab beetle is a quite large beetle, and mostly found in really warm climates. They were really a symbol throughout Egypt's history for renewal and rebirth. You see a lot of symbols of scarabs in ancient Egyptian tombs. They were really a very symbolic.
So fast forward, now the organization still in existence. It's a membership organization. And I think for arts and culture here in Michigan, I don't know that we always assume that these types of organizations are always membership based. So talk about the organization now and what its mission is.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about the Scarab Club is the mission of the club has really not changed from those early years.
Okay.
The way that we execute our mission has changed dramatically. Back in those early years, it was men only. And up until 1962, believe it or not, it was a male only club. And it was a private club where people would have the nominated and would join, and it was a private club. That is long since passed. We are a member-supported nonprofit organization that supports artists and creativity of all sorts. But some of those things that we did, that the members did early on, remain today. It's a place you can see our member lounge behind me. It's a place where people can come and hang out and find their community. We've noticed, I think everybody's noticed after the pandemic, that people are looking for those kind of third spaces where you can get together and gather with friends and find your home. And that's truly what the Scarab Club is. We are a place for artists because we have many members that are artists, but we also have a lot of members who are people who just love supporting, legacy arts organizations like ours. Also the arts in general. We host exhibitions.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit. You do a number of them during the course of the year. Talk about the types of exhibitions that go on at the Scarab Club.
Got a wonderful gallery, and we have roughly 8 exhibitions a year. Our gallery director is Dahlia Reyes, and we're super excited to have her. She's just joined us, Gallery Camille. She has really infused the organization with some really exciting energy, bringing some very, very prominent, well-known artists into the gallery and the exhibition programs at the club. So they change probably about every 6 weeks, and we'll host a gallery opening, and then we have a gallery talk so the artists can talk about their work, and the artwork is for sale. So we do promote, the idea of obviously having artists selling their work and being a part of the creative economy as well. So that's very, very important part of what we do.
So you've got exhibitions. We're talking painters. I mean, you get a sense that this is a club that will allow collaboration, certainly with other artists, and almost an artist in like a residence type of a program. But you have a historic piano, if I'm not mistaken. So 1879, well before you and I were born, but talk about the significance of that piano in the building.
There are very few. It's called, the company that made the piano is Pleyel, and it's a French company. There are very few Pleyel pianos of this vintage, of this age, that are in a working capacity, that aren't in a museum, that aren't in a sort of historic space, that aren't used. We host a recital series at the club in this beautiful space. And what I love about it, of course, I'm a pianist, so I love watching people play the piano. I'm just always just so amazed at the artistry that they have. But this particular piano is really unique. It's sort of a chamber piano. It's a very unique instrument. It's not designed like a Steinway to be banged on. It's really a delicate instrument. And we host these piano concerts, or recitals, I would call them, on a regular basis throughout the year in this members lounge. And it's just an amazing way to really see the artistry of a pianist, and also hear this really unique sound, this soft and really gentle piano instrument played. You don't hear this all over.
Would this be associated more with classical music?
It's mostly classical music. It's mostly classical. But I will say, we had a young man he was coming in from out of town, and he goes to school at the Manhattan School or Conservatory in New York. Yeah. And he wanted to play some jazz. He wanted to play our piano. And we kind of said, are you going to like beat on it? And he's like, no, don't worry. And he opened up the piano and he would come there 3 weeks in a row on a Friday and just play the most beautiful jazz music. We're like, please come back anytime, because it's an amazing instrument, and it really is beautiful to hear that kind of music just, filtering throughout the building. And I envision that that's probably what it was like back in the day.
Yeah. So how old is the building exactly, Kathryn?
We're coming up to our 100th anniversary of this building. It's a National Historic Monument, National and State Registered Historic Place. And it was built in 1928. So in 2028, we'll celebrate our 100th anniversary. Part of being a member is really supporting, or even coming to events if you're not a member, is supporting this ancient, not ancient, but this old building and the legacy of this really amazing building.
Talk about membership. Again, membership-based organization. So there's benefits to joining. If I were to join, what would I get as a benefit?
So we have 3 membership levels. Our entry membership level, I would say, is really a way for people to sort of experience and be a part of the club and start to dip their toe into what the camaraderie of the place is. As a member, you can enter our member-only gold medal exhibition. You get parking in a parking lot. You also are invited to some other member-only events. We have a life model drawing program that has been running at the Scarab Club since inception. Members get either free, unlimited, depending on their level, they'll get unlimited access to those drawing sessions, or they'll get 12 drawing sessions. So depending on your level, you get invited to different events and activities. But I think one of the most important benefits of being a member of the club is really immersing yourself in creativity, whether it's seeing an exhibition, listening to an artist talk about their work, coming to our poetry. We have a monthly poetry meetup where well-known poets come and present their work, and then you're able to sort of present your work if you'd like as well, or come to some of our music events. So there's always something creative going on. You can check out our website and you'll see that. We've, since Dahlia and I joined just about 3 months before Dahlia did, 2023. And since we joined, we've really been trying to listen to what our members are asking for, also providing a variety of different types of programs for the general public. In fact, our most recent event was just this past weekend, and it was a karaoke night in the members' lounge. And by all accounts, it was just tremendous. People were saying, do this monthly, karaoke night at the Scarab Club. So We're really hoping that this can be a place, and we're really stewarding club in a way that helps people find their community. That's really important to us.
In the building is also a catalyst for some other things too, when we had talked offline. So partnerships, quite important. Yeah. Can you talk about some of those? I know one of them would be Concert of Colors, but what else as far as partnerships go?
Yeah, we have obviously Concert of Colors is very important to us. We are also a partner in the Cultural Center Planning Initiative. So we're part of the planning group that is organizing and really helping to bind us all together, the cultural organizations in Midtown. So there's a lot of different shared programs, and we're working really hard to start to share services and share programs. But we also have programs, longstanding partnerships with organizations like Inside Out Literary Arts. But Inside Out Literary Arts has been a longstanding partner of ours. We've had partnership activities with the Black and Brown Theater. I know Access was Day with a workshop that they were doing. We're really open to providing partnership opportunities in a variety of ways, using our facility to provide people who might not have access, vibrant arts, to have a place here. So we're really looking forward to more and more collaborations, because we know that small and medium-sized arts organizations can't do it alone. We all have to be able to share the things that we are able to share with one another, and we will continue to do that.
So if folks want to learn more about the Scarab Club, give the web address, and so folks can check out what's going on and certainly schedule of activities and so forth.
Yeah, please. The Scarab Club website is www.scarabclub.org. Our website will give you a whole rundown of the programs, activities that we have going on. And our Instagram and our Facebook is very vibrant as well. So if you're looking for kind of what's going on today or tomorrow, a lot going on there. In fact, we've got some really exciting things coming up. Our garden parties, our big fundraiser for the club and for our garden.
Very good.
We're really hoping to sort of continue to break down these storied and beautiful walls of the club and invite more and more people in and see what a magnificent.
Well, Kathryn, I appreciate you coming on the program today to talk a little bit more about the Scarab Club. And so thank you, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much for having me, Ara. I appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Michigan Creates. We hope you've had fun diving into the creativity of our state. From Motown melodies to artisanal wonders, Michigan never fails to dazzle. But hey, the creativity doesn't stop here. Connect with us online, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new episodes. Help us spread the word and also share your own artistic stories. So until next time, I'm Ara Topouzian, and I want you to keep those musical instruments in tune, keep those paintbrushes moving, and keep those cameras rolling. Remember, in Michigan, the only limit is your imagination. Stay creative.